Welcome everyone to
I don't think they can hear
Roundtable
us.
Roundup.
Oh,
I
I'm
just
kidding. I build suspense.
hmm Hey Julie,
Hello.
how's it going? Welcome to the first Roundtable Roundup of the year, where we're ready to chit and chat and do things like that. And this is the first Roundtable Roundup with Bobby. Bobby, what are your thoughts on this happening to you?
Oh my gosh. This opportunity, I don't take it lightly.
Mm-hmm.
I take it with the utmost respect and
Mm-hmm.
dignity, and I'm just so happy to be here. I really
We we are
am. We're
happy to
happy
have
to be
you. Honestly, your opinions, well, you are the friend who just knows a little bit too much about pop culture. So, if anything, you will be carrying this entire experience.
here. Whole conversation. Actually, it's kind of what I think I was born to do. So,
Yeah. Also, y'all, you're about to see this big ass arrow. Accept it. And then watch it move. See, we're high tech here. And it's going
ooh.
to
Oh,
arrow to where we're talking. Guys, I would like to think that I'm kind of fucking smart. I would like to think so.
amazing. That's so great. So when people pop in at like whatever time, they don't have to ask, "What are we talking about?" They'll know.
Yeah. I graphic design is my passion.
It's your passion.
Actually, my therapist did send me a job posting to apply to be a graphic designer for Planned Parenthood, and I was like, wow, therapy really is trying to make me into a better person.
Ooh.
My therapist said self-actualize, bitch, and I was like, okay.
Crap.
Oh. So, first on the docket, we are talking about Spider-Man, specifically Andrew Garfield and Toby Mcguire.
Spoilers for No Way Home. I mean, at this point, if you haven't seen it already,
I
I don't
haven't
know.
seen it.
I don't know if you're going either.
Yeah.
Well, as the person who's seen it here, I'm just gonna say spoilers. I saw it on opening night. Don't mean to brag. All right. But
Listen.
I saw it in Funko when it was in the theaters. I didn't want to wait till it was.
Um,
That's just
I
me.
I also haven't seen Encanto either. I was supposed to see it with my roommate, and then they're like, I don't want to watch something new right now, and I was like, okay.
It's great.
Which it is totally fine. I just was like, I guess I gotta watch this on my own, and I will do that tomorrow. But first things first, I'm the realist. No, the first things first is that these girlies and these gays coming out of the woodwork saying they always loved Mr. Garfield. They the way for years. I call me A Rod was going to bat for this motherfucker and his portrayal. People being like, he's not a good Spider-Man. No, bitch one, bitch two. Go back with the Cat in the Hat and shut the fuck up because if you read the comics, especially the original, he was getting mad play. He was a player. He just didn't get pussy because he was too busy fucking with science.
His attention was split, apparently.
Yeah, like he was just like, I got things to do. I'll get pussy when I feel like getting pussy.
He had hobbies.
He had things to do. And then the incels came. And everything changed from the incels attacked. Truly, the way they have ruined nerd media for years. And so when Andrew came out and was like, actually, I am a nerd, but I still be getting mad play. People don't find me annoying as fuck. Bitches were like,
He's not an accurate Spider-Man because he
mm.
has a girlfriend
Like,
and he knows how to talk to women.
yeah. I was just like, he was just like, I felt like a really great modern portrayal of Spider-Man. Because, like, are we not nerds here? Are we not all hot as shit?
Amen. Amen.
Like, they hate us because they ain't us. Anyway, I will give people the Jamie Foxx villain was not the greatest. That part, that was on the writers. They did him dirty. I will never go to bat for that. But for Andrew, for Miss
He
Emma Stone being little Miss Gwen Stacy, R.I.P. Gwen.
R.I.P. I will say that Jamie Foxx's villain is improved in No Way Home. Like first of all, he's not blue. He didn't blue himself.
That's great.
So, um, yeah, so it's a lot better. Like it's a lot better. But in Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, I can't remember which one it was. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
This man is blue, and I'm supposed to take that shit seriously.
That's so true. The way I knew Gwen Stacy was gonna die, and they did it. They did it a little differently, but they did it, and I was just like,
They committed to her death.
well, it's so important because that was the end of, was it the golden age of comics? When they did that, like when they wrote that issue, where, because originally she was actually off a bridge, and it was just the centrifugal force, whatever the science terms is what snapped her. Um, and that issue was just like, that's when shit, it changed the game.
And changed the game.
Not for the, yeah, it didn't like really change for the better. People were like, oh, we gotta stop this shit right now. But it was the end of an age, so I was like, damn, they that's another reason. I was just like, they really were just like Gwen Stacy the OG, like doing the, give Andrew his motherfucking flowers. Actually, with his actually well done American accent, that I forget that this nigga be British. Every day I wake up and I'm like, wait.
They from Toby Mcguire on, they were like, we need these Spideys to be British. Sorry, it's got to stop at Toby.
Yeah, they said, we're like,
I'm sorry, I agree with them because Toby Mcguire's Spider-Man, I can't. He makes me so uncomfortable. I don't like the movies because how am I supposed to root for someone that's making me so uncomfortable? Like, it's so uncomfortable to watch him just to be.
like,
It is. I don't know that he's like. He doesn't creep me out in the same way as you. But as far as like who is my favorite of the Spider-Man, I like Tom Holland's portrayal, and I know it's a whole thing of like, well, Peter Parker wasn't supposed to be that young, and what? Like, I don't care. I just like that he like did a very good job of portraying like the awkward like Peter and like the whole coming of age element about it.
yeah.
Toby just seemed like a grown man in high school. Like that man was 25 It didn't make any sense.
How old was he when he was filming that Spider-Man though? What?
He had to have been like 25, 27.
Like,
his body had
some people, some.
Momo, you said he was cool.
Yeah,
because he was. But you said his body had some mileage. Well, I guess not his body, because his body was fine. It was just his like face and portrayal.
So Spider-Man came out in 2002, so 20 years ago. He was 26 years old.
See, I said 25, 27.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that he wasn't like 22, like 23.
Oh, because then it would be like a little mean.
That would be bad. But 20.
Actually,
26.
Wait.
He's the same age as.
Quick question.
Tom Welling was when he was supposed to be playing Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, Superman in Smallville, but he was playing a 15-year-old boy. Nothing about that man was 15.
Nothing about it. To be fair, okay, actually, two things. First of all, do you think the way I look now, I could be cast in a high school, not as a main character, but like, you think I could pull it off?
No.
Damn.
I could see
like a senior.
Like a senior. I don't know if I would go lower than
senior. Yeah.
Couldn't be lower.
No. I just want to say, yeah. I just want to say, as a fellow 26-year-old, I would be more. I just wanted y'all to confirm that I would be more believable than Toby Mcguire.
You would.
Thank you.
Play Spider-Man.
I don't want the trauma. I don't want it. Personally, it's not for me. Also,
I don't want the traumatic backstories.
Yeah. It's just not.
My uncles to be alive.
Yeah. I will say, how I feel is Toby Maguire's Spider-Man was its own moment. Bitches love him, and I love that for them. I think because it was the first super popular live action, it really cemented what people think Spider-Man should be. And unfortunately, with the way a lot of male nerds were, also, I just realized my pronouns are wrong. I am a they them, everybody.
Hold on.
Hardcore.
If I change the overlay, will it mess up the stream?
I don't think so.
Well, then let's change it. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, Adam Samwell, I agree with you. This is the thing that pisses me off the most. We're going off script for a second because the way all these shows and movies would be so much better set in college, community college. Twilight itself is supposed to be in a college. You're telling me that people would not recognize bitches in pajamas being in school for like 10 years? You could be a freshman, a senior, grad school, PhD candidate, drop out, come back. People wouldn't, well, you could say random shit facts and they'd be like, oh, you probably just took a motherfucking course about it. You took psychology 101 or whatever. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand why these bitches are so. What is with high school as a setting? It ain't that great. Maybe.
Not that great.
I
think it's like it's a revisionist thing for filmmakers. Like filmmakers and like people who do TV shows, like they weren't these things in high school.
Yeah.
So high school is like a time where for the majority of people probably wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
So a lot of our media would want to like look back at high school if we could do it all over again in ideal situations and strengths and stuff.
And the way
like Euphoria should not be in high school.
It shouldn't be. It just should.
It has to be in high school because none of them are going to college.
Listen, and I'm just saying, like the way, because then you can get more time. You can like pitches, and especially because when you watch these teenagers go places, and you're like, who the fuck is letting a 15-year-old in a museum? Where the fuck? Like
go to the museum.
But like, you know, when they're like, oh, like I'm gonna do some like really cool special shit, and I'm like, who's gonna trust a 15-year-old with a security camera?
You mean like getting their like art or something?
Yeah, or like you know, whatever they got, like some sorry, or like whatever they got, some big bitch shit.
Go to museum.
Or like, no, I have a museum degree. I have definitely curated like education plans for the kids. But what I'm saying is like, what, like where, like who, like I love Raven. I love That's So Raven. You telling me she got her own ass? True Jackson VP. You telling me these bitches got careers at 15?
Well, Raven wasn't all that like unbelievable because she wasn't actively selling her clothes, at least until like 9
Yeah.
She was just making them.
Yeah. Yeah. But the one she had that big ass fashion.
That was propaganda. That was propaganda telling us we're supposed to know what we want to do with our lives at the young age of 17 plus. No, that was propaganda. And it worked. It worked because I genuinely thought I was supposed to have my life together at 17. I was a VP of a company by like at least 21. I'd be old as shit if I did it.
I know. And I just want to say, I am now officially in the stands. I'm here saying with my full chest, we need to start moving past this high school glorification. It's fine. High school is just middle school too. And we gotta we just gotta move past it.
You heard it. College is the new high school.
It is. It truly is. Especially because that's when you don't have no parents. That's when you find out who can do their own damn laundry. Move on. Anyway, what was the whole point? Oh,
we were talking about the fact that this week. So again, spoilers for No Way Home. If you haven't seen No Way Home and you want to see it, just mute us for a second. You can still watch our faces. But if you haven't seen it, once again, spoilers for No Way Home. Toby Mcguire and Andrew Garfield reprise their roles as Peter Parker and Peter Parker, respectively. And so Andrew Garfield was the first of the two to kind of talk about what the experience of being on set was like, reprising the role, et cetera, et cetera. So, as we all could probably guess, a lot of people right now are in the trenches with how much they admire Andrew Garfield. It's some people are down horrendous for him, down absolutely horrendous for him, and I get it, but pull yourselves out, babe, maybe. But this interview didn't really help because he mentions that he says the line in the movie like, "I just love you guys," and apparently that was improvised because he was like, "I just really love them."
That's so sweet.
So that was real cute. He mentioned that opening night, him and Toby Mcguire went in disguise, and really at this point in this day and age, it's not hard to be in disguise. You just put on a baseball cap and a mask to like an opening night showing of Spider-Man, and like he was able to see everyone's like reactions to them coming on the screen. Which, if you were in an opening night showing of No Way Home and seeing Toby's Peter and Andrew's Peter come on screen, that's like top 10 one of the best theater experiences I've ever had in my life. It was insane. It was.
I want to say something though. I feel like if I was in that movie theater with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I would not recognize Andrew Garfield at all. But I would feel and I would sense Tobey Maguire's presence. I would feel the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
Not your spidey senses tingling.
And I'm just like, this man is near. I know it. I feel it.
Like, if you went to go see No Way Home, would you need like a jump scare warning?
I don't think so, because I think Tobey Maguire is my paralysis demon. I just really feel very uncomfortable with his presence. I think it was, I don't know, that Peter Parker just made me so uncomfortable. It made me be like, you know what, Spider-Man is a
You know, I'm not gonna front. The picture of Tobey Maguire on the screen right now is not helping his defense, and I recognize that I did him dirty. My bad.
It's just so funny. It's just so funny because I get it. It's not like sometimes when Momo makes claims, especially on the tournament, you see any episode. Sometimes she would make claims, and I'm like this one, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I get it. I understand.
I think I could feel his presence in a room. Like,
I
have you seen that, like, really, that clip that's going viral of him at the airport?
Where he's, like, yelling at people?
No, he's just, like looking like this. He looks so uncomfortable at all times.
Oh, my God.
There are...
I'm sick.
Like, I don't have anything against Tobey Maguire as an individual. I just don't think I should be in a room with him at any point in time.
That's so valid. That's so valid of you. You know, I think we've said everything that we needed to say.
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah, let me remove his face from our screen for you.
Him and me, just our energies are just not aligning. I don't know. Is he like a Sagittarius or something?
Can you look it up?
I'm looking it up right the fuck now. He was born in June 27th. He's a Cancer.
Oh, I love Cancers. If you know what, I think it might just.
Oh my God, you love me, Momo.
I love Cancers in general because I'm a Cancer moon.
I'm also a Cancer moon.
I like how I asked if you. I'm a Cancer sun, so like.
Yeah,
okay.
I love Cancer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought you.
Question.
I felt like in the way you responded, I was like, I love Cancers in general. I was like, I was talking about me though, but.
Yeah, you fall under that.
No, I get it. Oh my God. Moving on. Oh wait, has anyone here watched Hawkeye?
I did watch Hawkeye.
How was it?
I wanted to like it more than I did because I love Christmas and I love archery. I didn't feel for it.
Is it because of Jeremy Renner? You can tell us.
The way.
It wasn't, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really care for Pete. because I just didn't love the whole like this is a spoiled rich kid that's never heard no before, and her adventures in becoming a superhero. Like it wasn't a compelling story for me personally. Also, spoilers for Hawkeye series if you haven't.
Oh no, I'm so sad.
Like I called the villain from like episode 1 because it was very obvious to me. I found it a little bit underwhelming, and I was very excited for it.
Well, I have plans to watch it at some point, just because I want to see what's going on. And someone told me that, like, it does set some things up maybe for, like, Spider-Man potentially. So I just want to see if they connect in any way. But we'll see.
Not it will connect to something I care about more.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I going to care about Hawkeye?
That's true.
No one else did before this show.
That's true.
It's not even about him. It's about Kate Bishop.
That's true.
Towards the end.
Like I do think that, like Haley Steinfeld or Steinfeld?
I think it's Steinfeld. Yeah.
Steinfeld did like Kate well. I just don't I cared for that character. Maybe it's the MCU version that she's just like a spoiled rich kid. I wouldn't know. I didn't read the Hawkeye comics.
I'm wondering if maybe they if she does kind of play the annoying kind of bratty rich kid character, maybe she'll evolve and advance and kind of learn.
Yeah.
Like in Young Avengers.
He was kind of funny, but like it's the whole like, oh, I'm like a really, really egregiously rich kid that lives at this in this like 3-story apartment building in Manhattan.
The way
I have my own actual private apartment.
How old is she?
She's like 21.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to say, don't put me back on my high school bullshit.
No.
Don't put me back.
She's like in college. But like I just was just like, oh my god, she is so wealthy and so naive.
Yeah,
to be
paid a bill before Kate. You don't know how it is.
Could you imagine not having to pay bills?
That would be amazing.
Like her whole like the thing that pushes her on this journey is that she gets her credit cards cut off from her like very rich mother.
That's her.
How do they make a show about that in this day and age?
And
that's
like,
her origin.
That was like her origin. That's how like the story starts. And I'm like, okay.
How am I supposed to?
Compelling in like 1999.
Yeah. When feasibly a lot of us could have related to the idea of being cut off. But you know what being cut off was? Graduating from college and going to find a job. Having your parents confiscate your Motorola Razor. That was being cut
The
off.
way it took my father 26 years for him to be like, maybe you should pay your own phone bill. I was devastated.
The day that happened to me, I think it's gonna be a bad day. Like I just know like the minute I get that call of like, yeah, I don't think we can pay for your phone.
That's being cut off. Never having to pay a single bill in your life.
Did that phone bill?
Yeah.
Pay for unlimited data. Not in
Not in this account. I was just like, it's also like 26 is when you have to start paying for your own health care. And I was like, I can't take 2 months like this. I can't. I really was like, who told you I was grown? Who told you?
Marvel drama. What is that?
Oh, okay. We can start on it right now. 1 second. So, basically,
Is it like the TikTok drama?
No, it's Scarlett Johansson's little lawsuit and like her little thing. So Disney allegedly, according to some sources, lost $600 million after people pirated the film.
Oh. No.
Yeah, also fuck Marvel. But I was like, damn, over $500 million?
I mean, wow.
Marvel, you can still employ me. I haven't pirated the film because I
have not seen it yet, but
You are not part of the $600 million.
Like, so if you want to give me a job,
never too late. I'm one of the good ones. $600 million? $600
$600 million.
You're
damn right I would. $600 million, like.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to defend no damn corporation. That's a shit.
Yeah.
So much money.
Yeah.
So when they say they lost $600 million, is it the potential?
I think.
Yeah, basically. So it's the amount of people who pirated it. If they washed it through legal means, would have equaled $600 million.
Well, I mean,
And
it would be different if Marvel wasn't churning out so much
That's true.
that encouraged people to get Disney Plus in the first place.
That's true, yeah.
That $600 million in comparison to literally everything else under the Walt Disney Company umbrella.
Let me just say, they might have lost $600 million because of Black Widow, but they absolutely gained it back with Encanto. Because there's no way there was like a huge onslaught of people getting Disney Plus subscriptions specifically to watch that movie.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is, it's like really interesting because basically Scarlett Johansson had her contract that had an exclusive theatrical release. So, and part of her paycheck is based on how that theatrical release did. And so when Disney was like, I see what you wrote there, and I'm going to ignore it anyway, it basically just fucked up her bag.
It's interesting how neither of them came out on top there because Disney lost money, and people still don't like Scarlett Johansson. So nobody
literally, they really thought Black Widow was about to be her, redemption moment, and the way that people still do not like this woman, with reason,
with good
valid reason.
Validity.
Number one, we all know Black Widow came out entirely too late for anyone to truly, really care about. When she died in Endgame, I was like,
it could have been either of them. Actually, wait, let me take that back. It should have been the white man. I was like, he just became a murderer.
No, what's so bad is that I was in Japan when this movie came out.
Yeah.
And people in Japan straight up were just like, who was that? They didn't even know who she was. They're just like, who is she?
No, people in my theater, they, the emotional response wasn't as great as, the end of the movie when everyone came back, but when she died, some people were like, and I was just like, I mean, that is sad in theory.
Listen.
In practice, I don't support all women because I never cared about Black Widow. I saw all the movies that she was in. I didn't care. I just didn't.
The way that, when she died, I was like, that makes sense. She had depression roots out the ass. She didn't take care of her hair for no 5 damn years.
For her depression roots,
I'm saying that she was already suicidal. When she died, I was like, it makes sense to me. I was like, this bitch is mad depressed. She was eating a whack ass sandwich. Her roots were it was just it was the most basic balayage, ombre shit. And then someone said, one of y'all's got to die, and she booked it. She was like, I'm ready to go. I'm over it. She said, pick me.
And I don't know. In that scene, when her and Hawkeye were going back and forth about who was going to, sacrifice themselves, every single time one of them made an argument, I was like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. I was kind of just flip-flopping back and forth. I had no dog in the fight. I was just like, whatever y'all want to do, I'm going to be okay with it. If both of y'all want to do it, see what happens then. Do you get 2 soul stones?
according to the timekeepers, it's probable. Yeah, it's a BOGO.
Can I potentially get a different stone?
Yeah.
Let's think about that.
Also, if both of you did it, if you both are half dead, does it equal one dead?
I don't know. I feel like that's a philosophy question.
Yeah, it's like what constitutes consciousness and all that.
Oh, I just meant like, especially if someone like, could you imagine? Like you didn't die all the way, and they're just like,
the red soul is like, I mean, someone gotta die. So your turn, buddy.
He just goes down there with the glass. He's like, I'm so sorry, and I'll cap you off. I'll put a shit.
Oh my god.
Speaking of meaningless philosophy, Banksy. What is this?
That's fair. Also, as the final fact, it was 20 million copies were pirated.
Oh, well.
I was like, 20 million. I guess people really weren't interested. Yeah, like.
I mean, like, I have no concept of like big corporations, and like, obviously, I don't have a concept of $600 million. But like,
if I did,
20 million copies doesn't seem that bad. Like, this is me gaslighting Disney.
You're making a big deal out of 20 million copies.
Yeah.
Like, it's only 20 million. I feel like other movies have had like 30 million pirated.
Weren't you just asking Disney for a job?
I mean, they're not watching sponsored video.
They haven't gotten this far.
They haven't gotten this far. Like, they've definitely dipped after like 30 minutes, and they're just like, okay, we're either gonna give this girl the job or not.
If this was the stream, that was the deciding factor.
Yeah. If it was the deciding factor, like, I'm sure they've already watched what they have to. They've seen what they have to see.
They saw everything they needed to see. Yeah. They knew.
And now we're just on to Banksy.
All right.
What's going on with that?
So there's Banksy's mural season's greeting, which has the little boy going like, with the snow falling. A man tried to destroy a Banksy mural after hearing it was being removed from Wales to England. Michael Thomas, 42, tried to break his way into a Port Tableau building to spray the 500,000 pound artwork with white paint on the 26th of November, and he just went to court like the other day. And he was mad that the piece was sold to a fan of the graffiti artist in London.
He couldn't take it.
He wanted it.
No, I think he said they're taking it away. So he was just like, it's the only thing that's in this fucking stupid ass town, and they're taking it away. So he was like, he really had his villain origin story, where he said, if I can't have you, no one can.
For a painting? He could, Michael, let me tell you something. What you do? Get you a nice DSLR. Rent one, if you can. Take a good, solid photo of that painting. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the Wales and like a FedEx Center. You could get like for $1, like an 11 by 17, and just put it where the other painting was. And see, now you don't have to worry about having a criminal charge because you wanted to paint over the painting.
The way I thought you were going to say and make it into an NFT, I genuinely thought that's where you were going with this.
This stream is staunchly an anti-NFT.
The way I would rather eat a bowl of nails, like construction nails.
I am far too hot to understand what an NFT is. Like, I don't think that's something I have to know because I have big boobs, and I think that, like, basically omits me from having to know that knowledge.
It's not in my ministry. It's not in my wheelhouse. It will never be my testimony. No, I'm going old school.
Like, I don't have
pirated. It's kind of a form of pirating. Really.
Yeah.
I think that's
just what happened to Disney, just above us, right there.
Yeah.
Do that. Also, it's Banksy, and he's like, who's going to bat for Banksy?
Clearly this man.
Why people love Banksy?
The way, I can't stand that man. Anyway, and like, apparently, a couple and their 5-year-old child heard the defendant shouting, "It's for us! They're taking it away! Some rich man has it." And I'm just like, It's Banksy. It's a Banksy.
It's
it might have been like a major point of tourism for the area, and
Yeah.
they didn't have that.
Yeah.
And it's just because some rich person, some like Tony Stark asshole, was like, I want this in my living room. So I'm going to take it from this very small town, the only thing that they have, and I'm going to display it in my house because I can. So I totally support the guy in like trying to deface it.
Yeah.
I do get it. I just think,
This would have been a great plot for a Hallmark movie. I'm just saying. If you just put this in Christmas time and like made it a portrait of Santa, this is the plot of every Lifetime or Hallmark Christmas movie. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
The thing about it is, you're technically not, because a lot of like Hallmark movies start out with something getting taken by a corporation, and the town has to rally together to get it back. You're not wrong.
The other problem was, though, so he was given a 14-month suspended prison sentence, suspended for 2 years, but the owner of the garage in which the painting was on was struggling. He was a struggling old man. So it's like, this man was like, he's on the brink. There's like a picture of him in front of it holding like a little cup of coffee, being like, thank God.
I'm set for life. I can die.
Could you imagine? Some random motherfucker comes out. You don't know who the fuck Banksy is. Comes up, defaces your home. And you're like, whatever. And now all these bitches are coming to your house all the time. And then you poor as shit. You are struggling. It's COVID. The economy collapsing. Capitalism, latest stage. It's not even on drag time. It's so late. It is past colored people time. It's so late stage. And you sell it to some random dude in London. And you're like, finally, this is benefiting me. And then some random motherfucker just goes, no.
The way that I would be, like, in court, I would be like, if you give me 15 minutes for that piece of shit, I want that included in the court, because not only was I on my last leg, I had my shit defaced, and now things were coming to my house, and they were trying to take it away from me. No, I would be like, let me go. I would be pissed. I'd be like, there's no way in hell you are walking out of this courtroom with your ass in front of him.
He didn't actually get to spray the paint, did he?
No, I don't think he did. He got caught. Yeah, listen. I don't know.
So many things were said.
It's just the fact that and it's on someone's house. He had to pay £1,000 of compensation. And then he has to wear an electronic tag for 12 weeks.
He had to pay compensation even though he didn't actually.
He had to break onto someone's property.
Oh, okay.
For the stress, I like how he's like, we would have to fight. You wouldn't want some little financial compensation for the emotional trauma you caused me. You told me.
He got like $100 million from some random dude in London. Like,
500,000. 500,000. Calm down. And also it's 500,000 in 2022. It's not going that far.
And that's 500,000 pounds, and pounds are worth more than like US dollars.
It's like $750,000 then.
That's a lot. I feel like I don't need to ask this like person that almost defaced my property for $1,000. Like, I don't think so. But like, I mean, that's just me.
I'm never gonna be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Like, you would think about doing that shit.
I'd be the bigger person. I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah. I mean, he still broke in, so like, he got a window, like he has needs to have some consequences.
I
Like-
guess so. I just don't think. I think he has enough consequences with the fact that he's going to like some kind of penitentiary. I don't think I need to add insult to injury for something he almost did.
See, that's why Mom was a different person than me and you, Bobby, because I'm just like, no, I want you to understand the way you almost fucked up my bag.
It's less to do with my property and more about the tension.
Yeah.
Because if they show up and they're like, all right, we're ready to move the shit, and it's not the condition that they are going to withdraw that money.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to mess that up for me.
Mm-hmm. They're probably gonna, yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I guess I'm just a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Momo, do not try to take moral high ground on this.
I'm not even taking the moral high ground. It's just like I'm not even. I don't.
Wait, the Bowie knife? Someone in post. Roll the Bowie knife clip.
Who the fuck is Post? I'm Post. I'm not doing that.
About, you guys don't know. I don't remember which episode. It might have been Halloween.
It was Halloween. I was there.
Momo said verbatim, she would carry a Bowie knife in my chest for a chance to get the chocolate cake. So, before y'all think, Momo's the better person. No. Yeah, I would. But I'm a hater. I'm living this hater life.
See, I was doing it out of love. I love the chocolate cake, therefore I would kill for it.
Wait, you're done. I want to point out.
Not your friend.
I just want to point out that you are being nicer to this random English white man than to Bobby, a black bitch from.
I don't know what he looks like.
Me off my books.
I'm just saying I don't need $1,000 from someone that almost did something. I'm getting $750,000 for something that is like apparently expensive and worth money. All I'm saying is I don't think I need $750,000. But anyway,
Pivot away. Is this about the wings?
There's Taco Bell wings. I'm talking about the Taco Bell monthly subscription.
Oh, talk about how to big week this week.
It's a big week, so I'll start off with the subscription, and then you can get to the wings. How about that? That's talking to you.
That sounds good.
Okay, so Taco Bell is rolling out what is arguably the tastiest subscription service yet, daily tacos, according to CNN Business. For $10 a month, Taco Bell customers can get one taco per day for 30 consecutive days. It's called...
$10?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Like, you might be eating Lord knows what a day. You're paying pennies for
But I just think it's funny. Like, are they delivering the tacos to you, or do you just have to go to your local Taco Bell every day?
You have to go to the Taco Bell. How much money would they be losing if a fucking delivery driver has to go to everybody's house with a fucking
You have
taco?
to deliver a single taco to your house every day.
one.
And also, who has the time to just go to Taco Bell once a day, every day for a month?
I mean, I feel like it could be a good thing, like, because I saw someone on Twitter saying, like, this is a good thing if you don't know where your next meal is coming from.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
bank on having one taco at least a day.
Yeah.
Then that's a good idea.
And you got a little variety, probably, you know? Yeah.
Like, Taco Bell,
I don't know what they have at Taco Bell. I've never been.
Listen, I didn't go to Taco Bell until, like, I think my first time was, like, 2 years ago. And I was like, all right, this shit kind of slaps.
It's not food that you necessarily should be craving
Mm-mm.
because the food is suspiciously cheap. If
It's-
you've ever been
yeah.
to a cookout, it's the same situation. You get a shit ton of food for like $5,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "What is this made out of?"
I think
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to I just want to see how long I can go without ever having Taco Bell.
You're doing pretty good.
Like,
Yeah.
that I just buy after the first time, and it's going to be disappointing. So it's not worth it, in my opinion.
I don't know, them churro twists and a Baja Blast.
Ooh. Yeah, it's the way that they combine the same ingredients. The way I got a taco with potatoes in it, and I was like, this is it. They knew. They were like, there is not an ounce of authenticity. The second they got rid of that little Chihuahua as the mascot, and they're like,
The Chihuahua. Like, what's a Chihuahua? The Chihuahua.
the way, yeah, the way I will say, this is a holdover. There was one person when I went to high school who always called Chihuahuas Chihuahuas, and for some reason that has implanted in my brain. So every once in a while, I'm just like, Chihuahua.
Beverly Hills.
But also, I'm a.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino. I think it was.
You know what?
No,
It might have been. Let me Google it real quick.
No, because that's gonna the way that you said that, I was like, that makes sense to me somehow. There's something about that.
there was a trilogy.
Yeah. No, there's like a family situation going on. I think it's like Ice Age. Like I think one of them, a bitch was pregnant.
No, it was directed by Roger Gosnell, aka the same director of the first Scooby-Doo or the Scooby-Doo live action.
Then was it Dog Hotel? Dog Hotel.
Was
It might have been Dog Hotel. It's like Quentin Tarantino for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I'm liars. That is also very correct.
No idea.
But the way they're preparing these like tater tot ass potatoes, I was like, this is with the little shredded lettuce. I was like, this is no way. There's no way.
It's kind of like Taco Bell to me is the same as like Panda Express. In theory, they could be using things that are authentic to the culture that they're like borrowing from.
Mm-hmm.
But it tastes so American.
It is. It is.
It is
Oh,
American.
well, I'm thinking Reservoir Dogs.
You were thinking of I was like, there's no way in touching Beverly Hills Mall. You're thinking of Reservoir Dogs?
I was just like searching for
One of his
dogs.
most famous.
Listen, I take pride in how little I know about Quentin Tarantino.
I don't know much either, but I know that man was not going to keep touching.
I'm thinking Reservoir Dogs.
Oh my god. I'm sweating.
Every time Momo says, isn't that Susan from etc.? Or she's guessing
I'm never
who the person
right.
is. I never know where
This
she
was
is.
never on stream, but the way if someone has a similar name, I definitely don't know who they are. Bobby and I had like a 30-minute conversation where Bobby had to explain to me what the difference was between like Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, and Stephen Hawking.
Not Steven Girl!
Started out talking about Steven Spielberg, and then she would say something, and I was like, do you mean Stephen Hawking?
No, because I thought Steven Spielberg wrote and directed It, like both It movies.
Yeah, we were talking about
and I thought that Stephen King was Stephen Hawking.
It just kept rolling into. She was talking about 3 different dudes with a derivative of Steve in their name.
Yeah.
This is a
Funny as shit.
This is a great time to point out that one of the games that you will be competing against Bobby for is Guess Who?
Yes, because they look the same. They are the same person in different fonts. They have white hair and black glasses.
That one is a little bit more acceptable because all of their hair is white and they're tall.
And they have like a very like structured face.
Yeah.
And Ted and Tim are pretty. They're not far off in them. Anderson, not so much, but I can see the connection.
Yeah.
I won't fault her for that. But Steven Spielberg, Stephen Hawking, and Stephen King.
It's just that they're all named Steven, and I don't really know whose last name goes to who.
It was just, but yes. So
did Steven Spielberg direct it, or was
Steven
he not?
Spielberg has nothing to do with it. So get that out of your mind. Stephen King wrote the book It. I don't even think he directed the movie. Stephen Hawking is like he was a physicist.
Yes, I get that. I get that Stephen Hawking was a physicist. I just really thought that Steven Spielberg directed it.
oh my god.
No, Steven Spielberg directed Jurassic Park, E.T. produced Back to the Future. Like, he has nothing to do
with it.
His name is just Steven.
His name is just Steven. I got it.
The way,
The
the
thing is
way.
explaining to me that like Stephen, because we got into an argument because Stephen Hawking, I couldn't remember who Stephen Hawking was, and I was just like, didn't he have a movie recently? And you were like, yeah, because Stephen King had the It movie, and Stephen Hawking had his like biopic movie,
everything. Yeah.
and I was so confused as to which was which. At some point, I think I thought that Stephen Hawking was a very accomplished person that had a long list of like science fiction novels as well as being a physicist. But then Bobby very quickly cleared that up for me.
The way you said that, being like, I thought Stephen Hawking had a lot going on, which he did.
Yeah, he had a movie. I thought the movies were the It movie.
When in theory he had a movie about his
movie.
life that had shit to do with it.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with it. Oh
my God.
You know what?
The way,
We can move on.
the way the Guess Who game is gonna be, if anything, this was the greatest promo for this game.
Guess who?
For Guess Who.
Because it's that next week.
It's not next week, but
It
yeah.
is going to be, what is Momo going to be? That's what it's going to be.
Because there are going to
Knows
be.
everything about pop culture. I know pop culture within whatever the thing I'm interested in is. You know what I mean? Like,
Special
I know-
interests.
Yeah, the special interest stuff. I don't know the general layout of pop culture.
The way I'm going to put a bunch of similar looking white men, that little gif of all those white men actors.
Who was in what? I know like what they were in that show or movie. I don't know who they are.
Back to these Taco Bell. It's called the Taco Lovers Pass. You get a choice of a soft taco, a spicy potato soft taco, crunchy tacos, and the Doritos tacos.
Oh, you can get a Doritos Locos taco every day for 30 days?
Yeah.
$10?
Yeah.
This feels
That's
like it's
nice.
like movie pass all
nice.
over again. That in theory works so well.
What was
but
movie
it's going
pass
to
for? Was
tank
that
the
for
corporation.
Fandango?
AMC or was that?
I think it was for any. I think it was for any movie theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just like you pay the $10 and you can see 3 movies anywhere that accepted movie pass.
Mm-hmm.
It tanked the company immediately. I hope this doesn't happen to Taco Bell. Like I hope that they
Yeah.
They're going out with a bang. Just like free tacos.
Well, it's only a taco a day, so they're probably assuming some other person's gonna be like, all right, I got another 99 cents. You know.
If I want to get like a side.
Are they really banking on like you can't have one French fry?
Yeah, well, so what happened was is they started it off in September 2021 in Tucson, Arizona. Why they picked these places, I do not know. But they experimented with a chain with a price point between $5 to $10, and it grew their rewards program because that's where the pass is by 20%.
That's nice.
And the Doritos Locos Tacos Supreme was the most redeemed taco.
That makes sense because you're getting the most for $1.
Yeah.
A day.
Not even. It's like 30 cents a day. It is like Sarah McLachlan is singing in the background.
For 15 cents a day, you could get a taco. I feel like it could work only because at Taco Bell, like, you can be fine on one taco, but you're gonna want another taco and like a side and maybe like a drink. So it'll encourage, like, if you'll feel like, oh, I'm getting one of these for free, so I can feel better about spending money to get like some fixings with it.
Yeah, and so apparently because of the streaming wars, restaurants are getting more into subscriptions as well. So Panera has an $8.99 monthly program that lets customers get a free hot or iced cup of coffee every day.
Absolutely not. I have a vendetta against Panera Bread. After they got rid of the Italian combo, like about 5 to 6 years ago, they decided that they needed it to be healthier. And they completely did away with the Italian combo, and they made it into something that is completely unrecognizable from its original roots. And I have never forgiven them for that. They will never see a dime of my money again. Because of the injustice they have served me.
What all was in the Italian combo?
It was, I got on ciabatta bread. No, ciabatta bread. I think it came with some other bread, I don't know. It was like so many slices of ham, like salami. I think there's pepperoni at some point. Provolone cheese, tomato, onion slices, some kind of really special like sauce. I think like Panera sauce or whatever the sauce. Lettuce, and it was delicious. It was delicious, and there was a pickle sometimes. If they remembered, they usually forgot. I'm not gonna fault them; they had a lot going on. And you would get a single slice of roast beef. It was the most delicious sandwich I have ever had in my life, and they took it away from me. Unforgivable.
The amount of black women I know who have a personal vendetta against Panera Bread. It's literally the Doofenshmirtz audio. If I had a nickel for every black woman I knew I personally knew with a vendetta against Panera Bread, I have two nickels, but it's still weird that I have two nickels.
Yeah.
First of all,
But you know what? I get that because Panera also used to have a really good like steak sandwich too. And I don't know if they still have it, but I do know that they started skimping on the steak. They would start slicing it thinner and thinner and putting less layers. So that was the only like seasoned food that they had. So it makes sense that they got rid of the sandwich.
I have been boycotting them for years. I will never stop until they bring back my Italian combos the way it was supposed to be.
I will say, yes, I'm liars. It is white people food. I remember someone called it hospital Applebee's. And
but no, the way that even down to the packaging of it,
yeah,
it's very sterile.
yeah. So like, I get it.
Is Panera hate all day, every day?
No, it's not because this is very personal to me, and this is very niche. But we all have been very niche on Panera right now, so it's my turn. My time to shine. The way oatmeal raisin cookies raisins are the bottom of the barrel of the dried fruit to put in a cookie. It like the way raisins took over the game. Dried cranberries are there, dried blueberries are there, dried cherries are there, and all y'all motherfuckers picked raisins. Y'all picked motherfucking raisins.
I prefer raisins over cranberries.
Anyway, we're not talking about this right now, Momo. We're talking about me now, and the fact.
You'd be like, I like pickles, and she's like, actually, I like cucumbers.
I like cucumbers. I don't like pickles.
Anyway, moving forward, did I not say this was my Panera time? The way Panera has an oatmeal raisin berry cookie that has the different dry fruits that are not raisins, elite. And it's always soft, it's always good. I do have my own berry cookie recipe that uses a little elderflower simple syrup. It's actually, fun fact, that is one of my jobs, is that I really am living my Food Network dream because I have a lot of allergies. And it's always sad when you watching like Cutthroat Kitchen or Guys Grocery Games. I know some bitches watch Chopped. I don't watch Chopped. And you're like, I wish I could be a judge, but these motherfuckers would kill me. So I became my own Food Network bitch. And so I have my own little recipe. So I'll be making recipes up in 2022. But back to the main point. That cookie is fire. And like, sometimes you're just like, I want to eat something that I will know will not offend any part of my digestive tract. Sometimes you need the hospital Applebee's. And that is where Panera stands.
And
Like,
I respect that for you. I will continue to boycott it for the rest of my life.
That's fine. More cookies for me, bitch.
You can find Momo picketing
Of your local Panera.
And you'll see me. I'll be sitting there supporting Momo eating my cookies. Just be like, yeah.
You go. Oh my god. Okay, before we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Like we all saw this, but apparently Taco Bell also this released chicken wings.
What?
And apparently there's
Does
also
anyone, I don't know if this exists anywhere else. Does anyone know Miami subs? Nope, that was the Florida thing.
I've heard of them, but I prefer Potbellies or Jimmy John's. Well, fuck Jimmy John, but Jimmy John's is fire.
It seems like Taco Bell slowly becoming Miami subs. It's like rejecting modernity and bringing back the stylized cups and just becoming Miami subs.
Yeah.
It might be that.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Yellow. Taco Bell at 3 a.m. I don't. It's not that the food changes around that time. It's you change as a person.
Right.
Meaning your expectations are in the depths of hell.
It,
So Taco Bell tastes amazing every day.
but it meets you where you at. It meets
If you are in the
actually.
trenches,
Mhm.
Taco Bell's gonna be right there with you.
Talk about okay. This is also I just want to talk about a restaurant right now. There is a restaurant that I love with all of my heart, not because of the food, but because of who they are, and that's Denny's. All the Tumblr girlies remember when Denny's had the Tumblr, but also Denny's is accepts you as you are, wherever you are, whenever you are. The way I could walk into a Denny's and see a bride who was left at the altar crying into a milkshake, a bunch of theater kids, and a businessman getting ready for an interview, and all of that would make sense to
The
me.
people that went there after prom as well. Oh
The
yeah.
post prom babes and like
Yeah.
the truckers, like everyone is truly equal at a Denny's. Like the Denny's is for the people, and for
I really
that,
think you could have like a musical number in just a show that just is not a musical. And it's just a bunch of people at a Disney's breaking out in song at like 4 a.m. And it would just really fit the vibe.
it would.
Like
No.
it should be to like a mid-speed song. Maybe the one with she's burning down the forest, but it's also the forest.
Okay,
Or
actually,
like
yeah,
It should be that one.
yeah.
yeah, like
I
a number that was cut from Glee. You heard it here first.
the way I okay for before I mention the thing about Glee, the way Denny's, if you want to come to us to do a little something something, if you want to be our first sponsor, Denny's, we're about it. I think I can say I can speak for us at Blerd Roundtable that we are about that Denny's lifestyle.
I
We're also gonna have an episode of Blur Roundtable where we just write an episode of Glee, and that is one of the musical numbers that.
It'll be in a Denny's.
Yeah.
I am all on board for Denny's, but the Denny's was not the spot for me. At least where I live.
Mm.
If you truly want to see the weirdest fringes of humanity,
You had Waffle House though,
you
right?
go to a Waffle
Yeah.
House. That's where you see the depths of how strange people can
I
be
think that's the
hour of the day.
I think that's the difference though, because Denny's accepts you and meets you where you at, no matter where you at. Waffle House, it's a little fighting. It fights
You
you.
have to bring yourself down to
Yeah,
the Waffle
Yeah.
House,
yeah,
but it still tastes good. Like that's the thing. Like if you gave me an option for what I would want to eat for breakfast, I'm taking a Waffle House waffle with hash browns, plain, no smother, none of that shit, and they're bacon every single day and twice on Sunday. It's so
mm.
good because it's simple and you deal with the other shit.
the
I'm going
way
for an egg sandwich, baby.
the way Waffle House is used by FEMA to be like, all right, where we at? Where we at on the disaster scale? And that's how you know Waffle
That's
House.
how you know it's rock bottom.
That's how you know.
A
That's
bunch of Waffle Houses in your area. Just know, baby, you're not in a good spot. You're not in a good spot.
Like I just know that's like you know what
like
I think I agree with you, Hi Ho. The really rock bottom like Glee number would have to take place at a Waffle House because if you're having a breakdown at a Denny's at 3 a.m., you're still mentally and physically in a better spot than if you were having a breakdown
yeah.
at a Waffle House.
Yeah, there are directions you can go.
Yeah.
Like it's like a climax one where you're like, all right, what's next? It's ramping you up. The Waffle House number, that's when you're like, this is like a cliffhanger mid-season finale. You're like, these bitches are not okay.
If
Yeah.
you have a breakdown in a place where you could, in theory, feel worse because someone could make fun of you, which is a Waffle House,
Yeah,
you've got nothing to lose. Denny's has a sense of optimism. Like
yeah,
they might, your server might bring you like an extra serving of hash browns and be like, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Give you some of those little pancake puppies or what the fuck? Love those.
Exactly. Waffle House, they will throw the check at you, the little paper thing, and
Mm-hmm.
tell your ass to go up to the counter and pay and get the fuck.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Charge you for something you did not receive.
Yeah.
and they will double dog dare you to try and get them to take it off the check. You just don't have to pay that all-star.
Yeah.
And they're only $7. So like.
Yeah. Like just yeah. So yeah. Also, see, Denny's, we already got someone who would go to you. Thank you, I'm Elias. So, but also on the topic of Glee, have I seen Glee? No. Was it because I went to a PWI high school and the, something about being in that atmosphere when Glee was coming out? I was like, this, I cannot enter. But my roommate loves Glee. The way they showed me that Grant Gustin, Santana, Annie, are you okay? That the way, and then she told me they were both gay.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I've seen two people have so much sexual chemistry.
if I
Santana was touching on Glee, it's a certified.
Yeah.
He didn't come to fuck with.
Yeah. And it made.
I do want an episode of Blerd Roundtable to just be a compilation of just like the best, what is it, Glee songs.
Glee songs and moment. I feel like we should definitely curate some and just talk about, because Glee as a show, if a show could be the literal embodiment of sheer unbridled insanity, it is like Glee set that standard that now Riverdale is excelling off of.
The way.
Platform.
For my 2030 bingo card, I am writing down Glee reboot.
Listen.
For 2030, though.
Mentally, I can't handle it. As a reformed Gleek myself, I have to stay in the past.
You can't. Probably becomes.
Hear me, I'm writing things now on stream. You can clip this. By 2030, there probably will be a Glee reboot. I'm saying
by
it
then
now.
for sure.
Yeah.
Of
Like,
any show that
class.
will be like reboot, it's absolutely 100% Glee.
It's gonna be like Glee freshman class, or like they might do some dumb shit like Glee middle school years or something like that.
Or maybe they'll take my motherfucking advice and take these bitches to community college at the minimum.
Well, they like in the final season, they all like go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Some of them move to New York, so it would be like rewriting those classes. The only reason why I don't think they would bring it back is because something on that show, for the sake of its insanity, it also was a little bit cursed. And we can talk about this later because we have other topics to get to, but that show, someone put some type of weird something on that show.
They're gonna bring it back? I know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney.
It's Britney. Britney Spears.
Britney.
Pivoting.
Pivoting. Yes. So, as we all know, free Britney. Free Britney. And because Britney is now free, her Instagrams feel a little spicy. I did not bring up the photos because I didn't want to flirt with danger. But she be posting some nudies. So the most recent one was this past Thursday. She's standing, full length mirror, slightly tilted, camera up here. There is a nice little flower right here.
Hi, Hope. You gotta turn up our audio.
Oh, sorry. That's on me. Ooh, how do I turn it up for y'all though?
Has it been this way the whole time?
I don't know.
I guess so. No one said anything.
But there's heart right here.
To my mouth or microphone.
I'll take y'all a little bit closer. Very intimate. Yeah. Now I'm on screen.
This is ASMR at this point.
Yeah.
But there's a heart right
make
here.
It better, Yella? Well, we'll find out when the stream catches up.
But yes, there's a flower on the titty and there's a heart on the coochie. She's wearing a beautiful diamond choker and some thigh high socks, some thigh high white socks,
You go, girl.
and she's like, "I'm free," and so is her body, which is like the way it is such a beautiful like it the way it's just like a beautiful reclamation of self because it is her using her body the way she wanted to, and the caption says free woman energy has never felt better is
Nice.
is pretty great.
It's amazing to see. Like, I am, when it comes to anything that's like bubblegum pop music, I'm all for it. I love my boy bands. I love my pop princesses. And Britney.
Hold on.
What do you mean? Hold on.
No,
I'm telling my truth.
I know. I wanted to hear something from you specifically.
Okay.
You said boy band craze. What was your boy band craze?
So I was a little bit different. I was a little bit quirky. I definitely was.
Did you listen to The Wanted?
I listened to The Wanted in that if they were on the radio. I was not seeking out. I was not wanting The Wanted.
Damn.
Me personally. But I was definitely the type of middle school who was like, I was born in the wrong decade. So I would list my favorite boy band of all time, and I am praying, I'm manifesting, and I'm praying that AJ from the Backstreet Boys will follow me on TikTok one day. But the Backstreet Boys are my all-time favorite boy band. Love them so much. I wanted them to be my first concert ever. We still got a chance, guys. You and me, just saying. But I love the Backstreet Boys. I definitely was a Jonas Brothers girl. Oh my gosh, the trenches I was in when I thought Nick Jonas was gone.
I was about to say, like, Bobby looks like you'd be into Nick Jonas.
I love Nick Jonas. Yes, mindless behavior. Not better than the Backstreet Boys. I loved mindless behavior. I loved NSYNC. Like, as far as boy bands go, I liked all of them. I really am a big fan. But this is to say that Britney, for what we know pop music and just pop Americana and pop culture to be, Britney Spears is a big reason for that. So for her now to have her first moments of liberation like ever in her life, because if you've heard her story, you know that she's been a cog in a machine for so long. So now for her to be able to live her life unabashedly for the first time, it's just really nice to see. I'm really happy for her. However that manifests, if she wants to whip out a tit on Instagram, I say go for it.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know she had tattoos.
Yeah, she has one, I think, like on her lower back.
She also has some little hippie ones, as we see in these photos. She has like little two crosses that are going down. Also, Bobby, that was beautiful. Did I get distracted? Chaco Dog, that is a very strong opinion to put in the chat.
I love the Jonas Brothers. I wouldn't go so far as they not Paramore. Paramore is Haley and them. You know what I mean? But Jonas Brothers.
I really like how Bobby's like Momo's a contrarian.
Because Momo, be a contrarian. If I'm not saying other things are bad.
No, I'm just saying I really love The Wanted.
I also love The Wanted.
Really, I
did not like.
I was in the trenches for Siva Connoisseur. Oh my god,
that's so fair. No, when they dropped "I Found You," that song, his little refrain when it just his little solo in that song, "Found You," that shit was good.
I'm willing to give The Wanted another go. The only song I knew by them was "Glad You Came," and I did like that song.
The fact that they're like that shit
all
was
the time. Whoa. Glad you came. Walks like Rihanna. I
found you. Also, the way people were like, it's not about sex. And I was like,
most boy band songs are.
That was the most explicit shit I'm looking up the lyrics right motherfucking now. We are like
unfortunately, I am chronically unwell. The Jonas Brothers. I didn't really love the Jonas Brothers, but like my favorite was Kevin because no one else's favorite was Kevin, and I was like,
the way that somehow fits into Bobby's contrarian.
I know. Like that's the thing. I don't know. I can't like contest it because Bobby's like 100% right. And it's not like I'm consciously trying to be a contrarian. It just is.
Yeah. I remember because this came up.
Yeah.
I learned that about Momo during the sitcoms episode. When we were talking about Jonas, and she asked me who was your favorite, and I was like Nick, and I was like, who's your favorite? I'm thinking it was Joe or Nick, and then she said Kevin, and I'm like, why? And her only reason being no one else like you could. That's not even a good reason to be liking that man. Like he heard you only like him because no one else did. My gosh.
Not the pity. Like, I'll take this little. You took the ugly duckling ass, little ass, Jonas. Anyway, but it's just like turn the lights out now. Now I'll take you by the hand. Hand your drink. Drink it if you can. Can you spend a little time? Time is slipping away from us, so stay with me. I can make you glad you came. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. This is the same thing as that Haley Steinfeld song that I love me. I love myself and I don't need anybody else. Bro, that is a song about me. You're me.
I said that, and some girl was like, "Why would you even say that? Like, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Like, why would you say that?" I'm like, "Because I'm correct.
Yeah.
That's why I would say that.
Like, it's not subtle."
Yeah, no, and also it's Britney, once again, the Queen of Pop, had the most on the radio as flipping through the cracks as explicit song with "If You Seek Amy."
Yes, If You Seek Amy. When I saw that for the first time, I was like, yeah, Britney Jean! You were crazy for that, girlie. If You Seek Amy, and then I started putting that in rotation. I'm stealing that. Oh my god. If You Seek Amy. That takes lyrical genius. I don't know. She may or may not have written it. It doesn't matter, but she performed it. If You Seek Amy. Bar for bar. Like, some of y'all's favorite rappers are not making bars like that. I'm just saying, favorite male rappers. Let's say that. Some of y'all's favorite male rappers are not coming up with bars like that.
You're not touching If You Seek Amy.
Oh, hang it. Y'all's favorite rappers aren't doing shit. Oh my gosh. I just remembering that really just did something for me. I'm not even
the only Britney Spears song that I can no, it's not the only one, but the number one I really love is Circus, because I was a big fan of Just Dance, the Wii game. I fucked up that song. I would fuck it up. Oh my gosh, I was so good at that one.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
her dances, I used to find the VHS of one of her choreographers they used to come out in the early 2000s, and there was one it was called Darren's Dance Grooves. It's probably still on YouTube, but he created the choreography for You Drive Me Crazy, the Stop remix. You play that song right now, I'm fucking up that choreo.
If we would not get banned, I would do that in a heartbeat.
And that is why I brought it up, because I know that we did. So I don't have to do it.
One day, guys, what you need to do is like us, subscribe to us, follow us, get us to the point where we can get a Patreon so we can get that reward. That will be
when we hit 1,000 Twitch followers. Yes. Bobby will post her dance video of that one song I forgot the name of.
Dance Grooves Clap. We will do it together.
Yes.
I'm not doing it by myself.
Fine, I will do it with you. I'll add to it. Bobby will reprise her Britney era. Momo will do her Britney era.
See,
and
Bobby, y'all are going to be impressed because I am a trained dancer, actually.
Are you lying? Or are you telling the truth?
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh! I see the big shirt.
It's like, are you lying?
Listen, you.
No, I'm not lying.
And then, are you lying? I didn't know if it was a bit.
Yeah, I was there. All I know is that it's the same way that when you brought up that you have a BS, I was like, oh, word?
I do have a BS.
Yeah, but you're the way your career is going. If you're like going to be a veterinarian, you're like, I have a BS. I'd be like, of course. If you're like, I'm moving to LA and to be a screenwriter, and then you told me you had a bachelor's of veterinary science, I'd be like, how was I supposed to get that trail? How was I supposed to follow you, Hansel? How was I supposed to get to the house? All I'm saying is that these are a lot of fun facts.
Yeah. I am a fun person.
What style of dance are you trained in?
Yeah.
That's a secret.
And you're wondering why I said, are you lying?
Are you lying?
No, it's because you have to do, like, my friendship PowerPoint, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, that's going to be a move before that happens. You couldn't.
Yeah. No.
Mama don't give no freebies like I do,
That's
Bobby.
true. No. That is. And I feel like all I do is chirp, chirp, chirp about myself. So if I ever do one, you got the answers probably.
And if we fail, then that's damn embarrassing. But
I do think that is a good Patreon thing. If we can get to a point where we have a Patreon, or when we do, I will host a Darren Dance Bruce class live, whatever, and we will learn the steps to "You Drive Me Crazy" and "Stop Remix" by Britney Spears. And
Mama will do her circus dance, and I will let chat pick a song, and I will do a burlesque number to it. I'll let our patrons pick a burlesque number that I will do, and for those
I would like to do a group number as well.
Oh, I thought you meant a group burlesque number for a second. I was like, y'all ready for that?
There's like 3 to 4 of us. We can do one of the like Just Dance things.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
we could do a Just Dance thing.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's our. I love how Black Nerds Blerd. We're gonna do a tribute to this white bitch.
This white bitch, Britney. But Britney.
It's Britney, bitch. Like,
but she can dance her ass off.
She can. The way she eats these other bitches up, these other pop ladies, these other pop girlies, ain't got nothing on Brit.
Brit was gonna give you an 8 count. Mm-hmm. She was gonna give you a quick 8 count, a cute little 8 count, and you were gonna enjoy it. Mm-hmm. You really were.
Yeah, like, you ever see, like, when Ariana Grande was dancing, and wasn't it Rihanna laughing at her ass?
Because the girlies now, the pop girlies aren't doing 8 counts like Doja Cat is.
Doja is holding it down.
She is holding it down. But everyone else wants to just do a cute little sitting on a stool number. I'm like, no. Mm-mm. We need choreo. We need 8 counts. We need costuming. Like, we need.
You're not Adele. Like, Adele can hold it down on a stool. Y'all don't got the energy.
Yeah, y'all.
But we have seen that Adele can have great choreo.
Yeah, with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah. That goes off.
Possible.
It goes off. It's so good.
It's so good.
It is good.
But as we know, it's not Adele doing it. It's Megan Thee Stallion.
I think she could do it. I think Megan could give her some tips, and they could do it together, and it'd be very cute.
You think it's going to... I don't know. Because, first of all...
The way you said together, that's so disrespectful to Adele, because you know Megan's going to eat her ass up. There's not going to be a single crumb. That bitch is going to be starved. And you said they could dance together?
I feel like Megan could train Adele, and they could be doing it together. Like, I don't think Megan would go full force.
No, because
she's doing with
I don't think Megan holds herself back. I don't think
there's whole dancers on TikTok trying to do Megan's dance that look terrible.
Yeah, like I think the way it would just be like master and student. You would just be like it. I think Adele can be singing her little heart out, like this, like how there's Supremes and there's the bitches in the background. Like she's holding it down, but
I think Adele doesn't have dance skills, but she has rhythm.
She does,
yeah.
And I think that's really she will, yeah. I don't want to. I love Adele too much to really let that happen to her.
I think she does her little 2 count. Does her little one of these.
Yeah.
And she keeps it cute.
Keeps it cute.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Know your limits.
Yeah. Like, wait, what is this next thing on the docket? Say everything will be fine? Is that like a cube or something?
It was just going to be like a little cute thing. Also, I fucked up and I forgot to write about the Pope on the second It's Britney bitch. So the Pope, the way these people, it's not just the Pope, the amount of people who are getting caught red-handed about. We did not talk about Arcane, and we can talk about Arcane real quick.
I haven't seen it.
Probably for like final thoughts. I've seen it, but I don't think I'm as deep in the trenches for that show as other people.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I'm not really into like super like sci-fi stuff like that.
Really?
I heard that it's
fair.
beautifully animated. So for that I would want to like just check it out and see. But how it was described to me didn't entice me to want to watch it.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. This is something I will say. I understand that people don't like Nickelback. And I respect that. You know, but we have to recognize when their shit hit the top 40, that shit deserved to be on the top 40. Rockstar, whatever.
Photograph,
the other
Someday. I'm a Nickel. Listen, I was staying at 10 toes.
Yeah.
For my Canadian Kings.
Yeah.
Nickelback was good.
Yeah, and I
know as many Nickelback songs as I do Nick Cannon songs, and that is 0. So I'm just sitting out.
I feel like you probably don't know them by name that you heard.
Yeah, I think
I don't know about that.
You definitely have.
It's not like I was seeking out these Nickelback songs.
Nickelback be on the top. They be in the top 40 rotation
all the time.
When y'all were listening to the top 40, I was listening to Hot 105 with my mom. Like I didn't hear the top 40.
It was definitely on Hot 105 too.
It was not on Hot 105. They played the same like 10 songs. And they were all all by black artists. We were not listening to no Nickelback.
Listen, all I'm saying is that you definitely no, because the way actually pause. You can't tell me you ain't heard no Nickelback song, and you still also haven't heard "I Tried" by Macy Gray. There's something amiss.
That song.
The way I cannot believe that. That's what I said, Bobby. That's what I said.
So, Momo, I don't think it's. You can't necessarily say that this was a metric of them not being as big. They were.
No, I'm just saying I haven't heard them.
Okay, yeah, we
just weren't frequenting where they were, but they were everywhere on top 40, TR, wherever like music was played. They were playing it. Obviously, they weren't being played on no black station.
Yeah. But sorry, I forgot that my Hot 105 was different than y'all's because we were in different regions. My bad.
Okay, yeah, like South Hot 105 was literally just like the same 10 songs, by like the same artists from like the 80s, maybe 2000. Drawn cut off, and it was literally the same 10 songs.
That's fair.
Every single day.
Yeah, but going
95.5 to beat girlies. Atlanta.
Listen, shout out. Was it 101.5? Well, whoever the way.
Hot 101.5, the Tom Joyner morning show.
Yes.
Every morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Wait.
I'm talking about 95 to beat was like general.
What is it?
No,
song,
I never listened to that. I didn't listen to that until I was like literally maybe in high school, and then they weren't playing Nickelback at that
the way no one ever hears me when I say, because I don't think you guys might not know it either, but me and my dad, when we would drive my mom to the hospital because she a nurse, and it would be on Fridays, and it'd be like Donnie Simpson show, Donnie Simpson show, Donnie in the morning. Yep.
That might have been regional.
I know that's when I get it.
Tom Joyner was national.
Yeah, I think it was like close, but my favorite part is because there was this guy he would have on Fridays, and his name was Pickle, and so he was just like, it was like, hey Pickle, is everything kosher? Everything's kosher, Donnie. And the way that is a cultural moment that is so region specific, and no one ever. Anyway, but back to the main point. Similar to how bitches be hating on Nickelback when they got bops for days. Imagine Dragons may not be the best band, but whenever they have a rapper on the track, that shit is golden. Radioactive featuring Kendrick Lamar and Enemy with Jid. That shit, the way Imagine Dragons knows that their music is not complete without a black man saying whatever they got to say off their chest.
Like, I love that you're going so hard for this, but the way I could not tell you the difference between a Bastille song and an Imagine Dragons song. It's just the same thing. Music. That's what
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When they put a rapper on the track, that's like, we gotta elevate. And
I can't think of the rap remix of any Imagine.
Yeah.
When you brought that up, I was like, oh yeah, the like apologize song, but then I was like, no, that's One Republic, and then
Anyway, so maybe it's a larger branching fact that these
any
motherfuckers,
any of those stomp and clap white men bands.
when they bring a rapper on the track,
Is Radioactive Bastille or is that Imagine Dragons?
that's Imagine Dragons.
Okay, and Pompeii is Bastille.
Yes.
Okay. Away with me. I think that's Renegades. That's a completely different.
It's like guess the white male indie band.
Once again, guess who on Blerd Roundtable is going to be a mess.
Oh God, I don't know.
It's going to be a mess.
I know Two Door Cinema Club. I don't get them mixed up. Like Two Door Cinema Club was the moment. What?
Two Door Cinema Club?
Yeah.
Y'all not mad at all. I'm just saying, people were listening to Nickelback. You bring up this group that I promise you, I don't think we're.
Yeah, Two Door Cinema Club was the moment for like the indie kids. I loved indie music. I was like, I love it.
Are they a stomp and clap white band?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Did they sound like any of those other groups?
Oh my God.
I wouldn't say so, but like people might have different opinions.
Oh my God.
Okay, because I was like, did I just miss that group? Because it was
I was like deep in the 2010s indie music.
The way the Fray walked, so all these other bitches could run, in my personal opinion.
You
like
told me How to Save a Life.
The way those songs in my brain are the same song.
The
like
man that can't be moved, is that the Fray? Then that's the script.
Oh my God.
Bro, they all were like
Kings of Leon.
This is your name. Okay, we're gonna do a derivative of that, and none of these bands are
the
connected.
Script and the Fray are essentially the same band. If that offends you, okay.
No, it's
and Bastille and Imagine Dragons are essentially the same band.
They really are. This is like these bands definitely were the continuation of like the pop punk bands of the early 2000s. So like
they all wanted to be that one band that sung about Iris, like the Goo Goo Dolls. Is that Iris?
Yeah, that's the Goo Goo Dolls.
They all wanted to be them.
They all want to sing about Iris.
Iris.
I was like, pause. Fucking pause.
About, like, the
I was one letter off.
Panic at the Disco, the like All Time Lows, like all those groups. They just morphed into these stomp and clap.
Listen to me. The way Paramore should have been in the emo trinity, the way it should have been MCR, Paramore, and Fall Out Boy. And listen, I fucking fucked with A Fever You Can Sweat Out. It was, the third one was Panic at the Disco. And I was like, emo for who? This motherfucker is on some weird steampunk, neo, like, pop, whatever the fuck. The way Paramore, it's because Paramore's black, actually. That's how you know. Because they didn't give Haley her motherfucking flowers.
Where does the Neon Trees fall into this? Where do they go?
I think they're like early 2010s electronic indie music.
Oh, like the 303s.
Put them with, like
303. I think. Wait, is that the one that did like the
Helen Keller?
When you shake it like
no, that's Metro Station. That's that's Miley Cyrus's brother.
The Metro Station. I think they have one of the greatest songs of all time because
Shake
It. There has not been a song invented that has really got me moving quite like that.
I can tell that you can tell that I was taking my time. Iconic.
Which one?
I can tell that you can tell that I was taking my time. That was in Shake It.
I can tell that you could tell that I was taking my time.
Oh, I was just going off the vibes with the lyrics, but when we got to the bridge, it was like, when you do it
like this,
when you do it like that,
yeah,
like this. Oh my gosh, what a bop! They don't make them like they used to. No one's making albums anymore.
The way that when we were in middle/high school, that shit was untouchable. The bus rides, I don't know how y'all got to school, but I was on the bus and they put that shit on the radio on the bus. That shit woke a nigga
up.
Like
fucking shit.
That shit.
If I was at a party and that song came on, I've never been to a party where that song came on. But if that did happen, I would fucking lose it. I'd be out on that dance floor. I would be going so hard.
Yeah. Also,
gives you hell.
Gives you hell.
But Owl City, though. Owl City had their moment.
Yeah.
Who? These bands.
Oh my god, the bitch who sang Sail? The Sail motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. This is how you show that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Sail. Dun, 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 dun,
I don't know what else
sail.
he did after that. But
he didn't need to do. He knew. He was like, I peaked and I gotta go. And I respect when bitches do that, actually.
Right.
When they said
unpopular opinion.
Oh god.
I still deeply love I love Cheerleader by Omi. I love that song.
it's good.
Yeah.
I still love it. People hate it with a passion, but I love it. I would play that right now. It's still on my playlist. It's in rotation. It's fun.
All these bands that you mentioned, I still listen to them.
Yeah.
Because I'm tight with music. I don't throw it away when it gets a year old.
No, Paramore was
contrarian. I'm a contrarian, apparently, which means I hold on to shit.
I like how we each are saying we also hold on to shit. We're just not getting
I'm saying this not to you. I'm saying it in general, to the ether. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. No, it's gone.
Does Adam Lambert belong in this combo? Because I feel like his what do you want from me if I had you for your entertainment? They were a little too gay to be put with the other ones. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All of those were very straight bands. Bless you.
Thank you.
But you could not tell me if I had you was for the straights. If I had you?
I don't know that song.
You're right, Bobby. You're right.
I was very deep into indie music at that time.
No,
I didn't
you're
have
right.
an emo phase, so I wouldn't know.
He wasn't emo.
He wasn't. He was something.
His sexuality was ambiguous at the time, but when I heard that song as a person trying to figure out my own bisexuality, I'm like, that it's like that TikTok that's like, that boy is gay, and I really believe that.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite's just like, I saw gay and I said gay. That's not.
That ain't fully.
It doesn't do
You're forgetting our
observation.
icons, the Veronicas.
I never was into the Veronicas.
Same.
Really?
I listen. If you wanted to know who I was, I listened to 3 Days Grace. I listened to Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, Panic at the Disco. And my weird band that no one knows but I love was Apocalyptica, which is a Finnish cello metal band.
That's a deep
niche.
That is a very deep.
Yeah, but they had an album. I just want to say they had an album where they got all the motherfuckers go. Like they had Lacey Sturm on there. They had the dude from 3 Days Grace on there. They had Gavin the guy who married
Gavin DeGraw.
Was he the one who married? Oh shit. Okay, this is actually my Momo moment because there's the Chris Martin married one white bitch.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
And then the other bitch married Gwen Stefani.
That was
Blake Shelton?
Yeah, Blake Shelton.
No, before Blake Shelton.
Oh, I have no idea.
I got nothing.
It was before Blake Shelton, and he was also a rock singer, and I think his name was Gavin. And
is that the one that's Australian but is somehow an American country singer?
No, that's what's his face that's married to Nick.
Gavin Rossdale.
Oh, I had no idea.
So Gavin Rossdale, what band did he sing for? Oh my god. The way it was just too much, and I was like, these blonde white ladies named Gwen with their little rock boys. Is Gwyneth Paltrow still married with that other guy?
No, I think they got divorced.
I would hope so. That didn't seem right. That didn't seem like I feel like he looked like someone who would get off the crazy train on an appropriate station.
It's Keith Urban. That's who you're talking about, Momo, the Australian.
Oh, okay.
No, so because
where do you have to be in life that you leave your country to sing American country music? Like, where are you?
Not a good spot.
The way I thought Gavin Rossdale was in a better band than this. I don't know what the fuck other band he was in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But got Gavin Rossdale and like all these other they got Corey Taylor from Slipknot. That album was hitting. Anyway, but that's how you can tell the music I listen to now. Like, obviously I listen to Missy Elliott, so I'm obsessed with Rico Nasty. Like,
Nick, I listened to a lot of new metal because I watched wrestling when I was growing up. Still
wait,
do.
you also a metal babe?
When it comes to some new metal, I won't get into like heavy metal, but
So what's some bands
like,
you into?
And this is all because of wrestling, but I love Limp Bizkit, I love 3 Days Grace, I loved Skillet.
The way Skillet,
Thick Puppies.
The way Skillet, if that man could have just shut his motherfucking mouth, and I could enjoy my Skillet in peace.
I don't know what he said, and at this point, I don't want to know.
Don't.
I'm not gonna look it up.
Don't look it up. I'm telling you right now. It'll keep you safe. I'm doing this for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It's
a hodgepodge.
Yeah. Also, the amount. Actually, I want to pause. Speaking on music, the way we were inundated with Christian rock. For what? Actually, like the way no one realizes we were in a Christian rock era. Skillet.
True.
Skillet. Flyleaf, all around me. Creed. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense when you hear the word Creed.
Yeah, and also with Arms Wide Open.
That's Jesus on the cross. Oh my God. No, also Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, the face down bitches. That's a Christian rock band. When you feel like a man, when you push her around, that shit's Christian rock.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, how did I know we were not in a Christian rock era?
That's so funny.
Because I mean, like, in theory, it sounds like it. Like, it's a very Christian positive message on that song. It's like, don't you feel like a man when you push her around? You feel better now. What is it?
As
you fall to the ground.
As she falls to the ground. Well, I'm here to tell you, my friend, that shit's coming to an end. Yeah. Like a fuck you abuser thing. I was just like, someone told me that, and I was like, did I get missionary? Did I get evangelized?
Yeah. You can like turn the dial to like say everything will be fine or final thoughts.
Oh, sorry.
Because I think we were supposed to be talking about the Pope, and I don't know.
We missed it.
We're not gonna go talk about the Pope. The Pope.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, we don't care.
Listen, he was just playing some video game music, so it is related. He got caught playing some Undertale music on some important first year thing.
Oh, wow.
LOL. I don't even know what Undertale is. But
he shouldn't have been playing this.
Speaking of, it's back in the music game. It's tangentially related. Yeah. Hey guys, 2022. What's a lot going on? Omicron. Persei 8. The way I think of Futurama every time I hear Omicron, I'm just thinking of those green motherfuckers just busting up bitches' homes.
I keep saying Omnicron.
Omicron.
Just say Omarion.
Omarion. The way he made a whole ass TikTok tell people. But apparently there is an Omicron variant that has now mixed with the flu.
Yeah, Flurona.
That is the blackest name I actually have ever heard. I'm sorry. The way that is a black bitch. Flurona.
Has someone done research to see how many babies have been born with the name Corona?
I hope none. I hope no one would burden their child like that.
Some people just don't read the room very well, and they're just like, this would be like a fun name to name our child.
I mean, like, it's also like the beer. Like, how are Corona sales doing?
And there's a city in Italy called Corona.
Yeah, so like, how are we checking in on the beer company? I mean, it wasn't like it was just a beer, you know? It's like a Budweiser. Yeah. Like,
I'm sure every day they're just fuck.
Right? Do they rebrand? They do, like, what do you do? Like, you're like,
it's too late. It's
like they're just going to like rebrand to just be Crown now.
They're just like, obviously, obvious.
We are now rebranding to the name Crown.
It's been really hard 3 years, guys.
We have to let it go.
It's been very hard. Okay, you know how hard it is to get people to want to drink a beer called Corona? Yeah, it's difficult. I feel bad for their marketing team. I know as soon as COVID started to go around and we found out its name was Corona, I know they were in those boardrooms shitting, crying, and throwing up. Oh my god.
I would have quit on the spot. I'd been like,
with that day.
I'd be like, I would join this unemployment line. I'll see y'all if I see y'all.
I would just be like, we're not coming back from this. Corona? The beer's name is Corona. Give it up. Give it up.
What you gonna get at the store? Corona? No, don't come back. You can't even.
They tried, but Lord, I feel for them because I know. I know. What do you do in that moment? Nothing.
They used to have like hella commercials on TV, but I don't think I've seen one.
They can't.
I've seen like Bud Light, like Miller Light, all those other ones. They were like, we're doing fine.
Yeah. They're like, the alcoholism of these bitches is up, and Corona's like, our sales
are down in the dumps. It's
trenches.
In the trenches. It's awful.
I think that's on my 2020. What year are we? 2022. 2022 bingo card. Corona rebrands to Crown.
Corona rebrands or just completely tanks as a company.
Yeah.
The town.
Struggling.
I think that should be our next Saturday stream. Like, we just come up with a 2022 bingo card.
Oh my
and
god.
then we visit it as our last stream for 2022.
Okay, yeah.
Like, how many were correct?
Oh
it might be a couple. Because at this point, you just never know.
You never know.
Just never know. So it makes sense.
You never, yeah, I just, listen, I don't know.
We can't really talk too much about, well, I guess we can, like Arcane. Bobby hasn't seen it. I've watched it. Hi-Ho has watched it.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I just follow a really hot pre-med student that looks like an Arcane character who's also an artist. So I've just been like absorbing it.
Everyone's been talking about his character named Jinx.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we can't really talk about it because I'm the only one that knows what's going on.
So you can talk about it.
Yeah, but it's still fun if I'm just the one talking about a show that I was just like, I watched it and it was good, but like, I don't think I loved it nearly as much as everyone else has loved it. I did love Mel because she was absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and you love to see a black woman winning. And is she arguably a bad guy because she's like the richest person in like their world or one of the richest people? Yeah. Is she a capitalist? Yeah. But she is really hot.
I'm willing to overlook a lot, bro.
I'm willing to overlook that.
The things I will do for a hot black woman is almost anything. So literally my wine was watching 911, the original. Because Angela Bassett married the dumpiest white man I have ever seen. And I was like, this is where I draw the line.
Like, I can't defend you now, Queen.
I can't.
I just can't.
Have any of y'all seen 911?
I haven't seen the full episode, but I definitely have seen snippets.
911 Lone Star is better on every account. 911, they're literally their little chief. And like, I still am mentally processing this. Years later, he was like on some painkillers. He was like addicted to some stuff. He moved his family into this apartment and had a little crack den in the same apartment building. And because his little crack den, he left it because his wife was like, you can't be doing this shit no more. Like, I'm about to leave you. You gotta go to rehab again or whatever, or I'm out. He was like, well, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Goes to the roof to like relax. He leaves his little fire hazard shit altogether. Mind you, he's a fire captain. His shit catches on fire. And he didn't realize, because he was so fucking up in the trenches of being addicted to his drugs, that the apartment building was built so improperly and nothing was to code, so the sprinklers didn't work, the fire alarms didn't work, so the building goes up in flames because of his crack den, and his family dies, and he doesn't tell nobody that it's his fault, and he's just being a fireman, and he's like, oh, I just need to save the amount of people that died because of me, and then I can kill myself, and it'll be all good, I'll be good with God. And I was like, what in the fuck is this character? And then he can't kill himself because he has some special blood that can save some baby, and so he was like, I'm redeemed now. And I'm like, you killed your wife because of your crack den.
Damn, they get crazy and wild on that too.
And then he gets to marry Angela Bassett, and I was like, no, actually, I can't do it.
Like the way that network TV and like I guess like TV in general loves to have just the world's worst character, and then pair them with a black woman, and that makes everything better. And I can't stand that. I think we should leave that trope in 2021.
I was like,
they need to start being better about it, because the way that sometimes I still think about the relationships in The Good Place, and I'm like, we could have done some rearranging here, and it would have been a little bit better.
yeah, like
there's no
Eleanor.
reason Kirby Howell Baptiste should have gone without a relationship for the sake of Eleanor. No.
The way they explained why he couldn't get with that beautiful goddess of a woman made, like, as a concept, would have been a cool concept if it didn't lead to Eleanor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it was like he needs to be by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like find like a different type of opposite, because it is nice to show like you can have the same personality and still be different.
Yeah, I mean, prime example of that is Janet and Jason.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were the embodiment of that. It just
I don't know if they have the same personality, just slightly different.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I mean like they're opposites in that Janet
Yeah.
is infinitely smarter than Jason, and Jason is dumb as a rock, but they could find commonality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were complementarily different. Because Janet was learning humanity, and Jason was the most empathetic, smart one of anything. And so, like, in the way that they're like, you can be opposites complementarily, that was great. And so having that, like, other sideline of, like, yeah, you could be the same person, but that could also still make you completely different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because you're similar doesn't mean you're the same. And, like, that's a great nuanced conversation to have. That leading to Eleanor, she did a lot, actually. I was like, that could have been a great plot on its own.
I just didn't buy Eleanor and Chidi together. I think they would have been fine as individuals. Maybe it's like in a kind of a platonic friendship type of way. But I just, as a couple, I was like...
I didn't buy them as a couple. I liked the show and I liked the characters individually, but I wasn't buying like, oh, these two are in love. Like, I doubt it.
I think I bought into it in like a Stockholm way, and I was just like, if you are with this motherfucker for 1,000 years, and you're... I was like, because as much as Eleanor was a repressed, not repressed bisexual, her and Tahani would have been... Even when they were better people, that shit would have been toxic. That shit would have been a mess.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Eleanor needed to be... like, if there was going to be a relationship, it should have just been Janet and Jason.
Yeah.
I don't think the rest of them needed a relationship.
I think she choosing someone and committing to someone would have been good, you know, like, as, like, a thing. Because, like, that's, like, his whole thing that he overthinks, and, like, being sure about it. And, like, I understand how that was, like, a plot point. And I was like, well, of the characters you had for him to do that type of, like, ultimate character growth, it's him or Tahani. And I was like, that man is not getting with Tahani. That shit would break that man. She would, like, a little twig. Like, a little, the way, and then they gave her, I was like, ah, shit.
The way that, like, Jamila Jamil was not necessarily acting came to Tahani. Like, she was
like a little, she had a little Leah Michelle in her.
I can attest. I've interacted with her. She wasn't acting.
Oh, you actually interacted with Jamila Jamil?
I was on set for season 4 of The Good Place.
Did I know
Wait,
that?
it filmed in Atlanta?
No, I was an intern out in LA for NBC.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I was there when they were shooting.
Bobby's lived a decorated life.
I lived a checkered is my past. But no,
She's wanted in Arizona.
she wasn't acting. That's all I'm saying. She just wasn't acting.
You know?
But she was fine. She's fine.
And
She's fine.
I think we should share our final thoughts on this week's roundup.
Let's see. We have learned that Momo is a contrarian and might be
I don't think we learned it. We just said it.
I think we also learned that Momo is a contrarian about her being a contrarian in the weirdest way possible.
Wow.
The way you're like, I might be a contrarian and said an opinion we all agree with. Anyway, several times.
Nickelback was that group. I didn't listen to that.
I couldn't say that they were that group. I have been very minorly aware of their existence my whole life.
If you said that you were mainly into like indie groups of the 2010s,
Yeah,
Nickelback doesn't fall anywhere into that.
exactly. That's why I didn't really know about their existence. I just knew people hated them. I didn't know why.
The hate was unjustified.
It was.
That's besides the point.
Like, I think they're like people hate Coldplay in England the way people in America hate Nickelback.
I think they just needed something to hate. But I'm like, both of them are fine. It's okay.
Yeah. Him marrying Avril Lavigne was out of nowhere for me. I'm glad they're divorced.
Who?
Nickelback.
The guy, the main guy?
Shit, Kroger? Yeah, he was married to Avril Lavigne for a good chunk of time.
I had no idea.
They're both Canadian, so I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
I keep forgetting Avril Lavigne's Canadian.
I do too. I forget about it all the time. I'm like, damn, she is Canadian. That's crazy.
Also the way she was in a TikTok with Lil Nas X, like, what the fuck was that?
She, at this point in her career, because she started so young,
Yeah.
she's just showing up places. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, she has a song with Willow Smith.
Yeah,
Since when?
She does. She came out a while ago.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
not
like it
new.
came out a little bit. Like when around
Give it like 6 months. It's gonna go viral on TikTok for literally no reason.
I don't know. I feel like it would have gone viral already.
Yeah, because Willow had her chokehold on TikTok for a while.
With Transparent Soul, I would have.
And Caught a Vibe. Don't forget that one.
Oh yeah, Caught a Vibe.
Caught a
People
Vibe.
don't like that song. I like it. I like the original.
I like the remix better.
I like both, but I also like the original. I listen to it all the time.
That makes sense to me.
I did go through like a short Avril Lavigne phase.
Okay, I will also I'm still in my Avril Lavigne phase. I didn't really leave that shit.
There's not a sexier song.
Goodbye Lullaby
by
Avril. Yeah.
Make me so hot.
Oh yeah.
No, okay.
Like she said by Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
And Be Good to Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, when Lil Mama and Avril Lavigne came up with their little remix.
Yeah, it was good.
And they also had it in like 5 million different languages. Like you can get that shit in German. I
did a summer camp talent show dance to Skater Boy with my friends.
I'm learning so much about you today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the footage, Mama. Classic.
Oh no, it wasn't filmed.
I feel like
recreation.
It really
That's
wasn't.
our second Patreon reward. A recreation of that.
Because I know you know the choreo.
I don't think I remember it actually.
Dancers always pride themselves on when a song plays that they've done a dance to. They just have to do the choreo and be like, oh my gosh, I did a dance to this. So it's like, it's in my nature.
Muscle
It was
memory.
just like a talent show thing at camp.
You did it. You practiced. I know if we played like a little snippet, you could probably bring back some moves.
I mean, I don't think I remember the choreo like at all.
Listen, I think our final thought truly is that these food subscription services slap.
They're a good idea. Momo hates Panera, and like I said, she will be picketing out the local
Yeah,
Panera.
that's where I am.
Yeah,
Right
and
now,
I'll be
I am
in
physically picketing outside of your local
and I'll be
Panera.
inside eating my little cookie and my little smoothie. But Bobby, I feel like you might get a bread bowl of some sort.
I would, I get the bread bowl and like them thin ass steak sandwiches again.
Can that be like when it says my name in like the card? Can it be like mentally picketing outside your local Panera, like in my bio? That's what it says in my bio now.
Yeah. And that
mentally picketing outside
outside your local Panera.
Oh my gosh.
And our final thought is the 2010s. White people music in the 2010s is slightly unmatched.
The 2000s to 2010s, that was a good time for white men?
White, that was
white men and Britney Spears.
That was their moment.
And Britney Spears.
Let me tell you though, when they were doing their Caucasian music, when they were staying in their Caucasian lane. Yeah. Look how they exceeded. Look how they soared.
The way how to save a life.
People were white people.
Yeah. This has been such a fun stream. Like we love everyone that has been participating, commenting, even the people that have been watching it as ghosts and not commenting, but just like like ghost viewing it. We appreciate you as well. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's an amazing stream.
This is so fun. Yeah. We'll see you back here Thursday. For not the tournament, DComs. So I really hope you're ready for that. Yeah. Like Bobby is you said you were a big DCom fan, is that correct?
As I live and breathe, I was definitely a massive DComs fan, especially from like the years of 2002-ish to around 2007. Anytime there was a DCOM coming on, I was there.
I think like there was just like a new DCOM every other month from like 2004 to 2007, and I think at least half of them have a Panabaker in it. Yeah. I don't know why.
Either Kate,
but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
And Panabaker,
yeah.
They said
Kay and Danielle Panabaker had Disney Channel DComs specifically in a chokehold, and we will never know why. But you will find out next week on the tournament.
It's gonna be amazing.
Bye.
Yeesh. Bye.
The stream has ended.
Okay.